Well, it's me again, Margaret. Today we're going to talk about the purpose of your website. What is its purpose? Why do you have it? And we're going to discuss why that's important to think about and what you should do with that information. So let's just get right into it. What is the purpose of my website for my roofing business? Once again, these videos apply to any home service contractor, but I pick roofers especially just so we have a way to put some flesh on the bones, so to speak. The purpose of your website is pretty plain, pretty clear. And some of these purposes can be met through other avenues, and that's definitely worthy of consideration. If you can meet all of these purposes through other avenues, you may be best off to do so. I can't tell you the exact number of websites in existence, but it's a lot and it's growing every day. The idea that someone's going to just stumble upon your site and purchase from you is unrealistic. Unless they are brought to your site, they will not know about your site. Unless they are brought to your business, they will not know about your business. So it's important to realize that. And your website is nothing more than a type of media. It is no more or no less than radio or newspaper or anything else. It's just digital, and it can present itself easier to your customer. And that's what you're wanting to take advantage of. So, purposes of my website: to give people contact information about you. That's vitally important. When they land on your page, somehow they got there. Let's just set that off to the side for a moment, and let's talk about once they're there for only a handful of purposes. One of those purposes is going to be to figure out how to actually contact you and buy something from you. So you need to make that information readily available to them immediately. They should not have to click through a menu to get to that information. That information should be plastered and available to them at all times while they are on your site, if that's what you want. Now, if you want a specific way for them to contact you, then you need to lead them to that way from any page that they're on. So be sure you have the contact information and the way you want your customer to contact you clearly thought out before you build this site. To collect contact information about them, this is vitally crucial. One of the main reasons, and some would argue the only reason to ever have a website, is to collect contact information about prospects. I would tend to agree with that. To give people contact information about you, if that's all you want to do is place a phone number and address and a couple other things, you could do that with the Google business profile, right? I mean, and put one of those profiles on every search engine you can, and why even bother? Put an ad in the yellow pages and let it be it. But if you're wanting to use lead generation techniques, your website is a great avenue for that. So you need to be thinking about, how is my website going to collect contact information about prospective customers so that I can go back and contact them. The stages of follow-up. In over here on my right, I have, it may just showed up as your left, depending on how you're watching this. I have a list of follow-up steps in sales. There's 21 to 24 different reasons to call someone within a year, even though they haven't purchased from you. What are you doing? You need to have that contact information. Okay. A place to show ad copy and publish. Now think QR codes. Now this is pretty amazing if you think about it. I have with me phone, okay, and everybody that has one of these is pretty much glued to it all the time. But if I can take, say, a QR code, and it's just an example, there's other ways to do this. If I can take a QR code and I can be out there with my QR code, I'll give this example. I am at a baseball game, and there's large sponsorship banners all the way around the outfield, and one of them's got roofing, big giant QR code, and that's it. That's all it has. Well, somebody can click that, and they have been taken to, on their own device, a piece of media that is now right in their hand, that has captured their attention, and you get to control exactly how it is presented. That's very powerful. You need to think of your website as that. It's a place to show ad copy, walk them through a presentation. You could even show them a sales video, right? I mean, you can be somewhere else all the time. You could send out a sales letter to every house in a subdivision with a giant QR code at the end. View here, and then it can be your smiling face on the video. It's as close as you can get to going there in person without actually going there. So your website, if you want that purpose, it has that ability, and I would encourage you to utilize it. You can use it to build trust. You can use it to show testimonials, video testimonials, all that stuff. A place to accept payments. Yes, you can use your website as a way to do commerce, financial transactions. If you want that ability, this is a great medium for that. And finally, a place to update customers, job specific. Perhaps you have some sort of job portal where your customers can log in and see the status of their job. You know, I've got your shingles ordered. I'm getting ready to deliver them. Dumpster's going to be there next week. Some sort of portal that's specific to that. You could build that if needed. Most people don't need that, but if you did, there's a reason, a purpose for your website. Beyond these, you may think that some other reason's valid, and it may be, but most likely it's not. This is really about it. This is a very short list. You don't have very many reasons to have a website. And let's just be honest here. Let's see. You know, we can go all the way up to here. I can do that without a website. That I can do without a website, but it's more difficult. I can do that without a website. I can do that without a website. And I can do that over email. So, hey, you technically don't really need one, but it's nice to have. And if your main purpose is to collect information about them, it doesn't get much easier than this. But hey, you can do that through some mass email providers too. So that's just my thoughts on this. See what you think. Get real clear on what you want your website to do, why you're going to have one, and then think about how you're going to build it, and then decide whether or not you need to update the one that you have. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this small series about websites. Here in the coming days, we're probably going to do some website critiques, random websites just out there, and it's going to be pretty horrendous. I'm going to tear them up pretty bad because most websites are awful for some of the reasons I've already mentioned in these other videos, and I'm going to show you how awful they are. I'm going to show you what they could have done differently so you don't make their mistakes. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to go to, I need to tap my own website, don't I? There you go. Go there. Sign up for daily emails. Learn something. All right, thank you for watching. See you later.